All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Yusuf, and today we will be doing our first lecture in our English grammar course. So on this page here in front of us, we have the recommended book to buy. This is the book that would be recommended if you wanted to do some learning on your own. So we would very highly recommend you buy this if you wanted to do some work on your own. But for lesson one, we are doing am, is, and are. So how you use these in sentences and how you can combine them in short forms. All right. So we're just going to do a quick introduction, okay, on who I am. So hello, my name is Yusuf. I'm from Cairo, Egypt, but I live and study in the United States of America. I will be your teacher for this course. Okay. So nice to meet all of you, and I hope to have all of your input today. So let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so here we have some example sentences that use am, is, or are. So I'm going to read these, and then on the next page, we'll all be doing something together. So first off, we have my name is Lisa. I'm 22. My favorite color is blue. My favorite sports are football and swimming. I'm interested in art. I'm not interested in politics. My father is a doctor and my mother is a journalist. I'm a student. I'm American. I'm from Chicago. All right. So, as you might wonder, am was never actually seen in any of these. We've only had is, I'm, and are. So where is am? Well, here in the next page, we'll show you where am really is. All right. So here we have positive and negative groups. Okay. So we have I am and I am not. All right. So does anybody know what the short form for I am is? Does anybody know the short form for this? I'm. Good job. All right, that's great. So does anybody know the short form for I'm not? Or sorry, I am not. I'm not. All right, great. Okay, so here we are going to also talk about a lot of different short forms for different words. Does anybody know the short form for he is? And also, all your answers, just write them in the chat and I'll read them. So he is, the short form is he's. Good job. Does anybody know the short form for he is not? He's not. Or it could be he isn't. You're right. So there's two different ways to say this one. You could say he's not, or you could say he isn't. Okay? Good job. Good job. What about she? She is. What's the short form for that? She's. Good job. All right. What about she is not? What's the short form for that one? She isn't or she's not. Good job. Okay, so both of those answers are correct. You could say she's not or she isn't, and it'll still be right. So now we have it is. Does anybody know what the short form for it is? It's. All right, good job. What about it is not? It's not. All right. Good job. Or it isn't. All right, good job. Good job. Okay. So now we're going to move on to a different one where we have we and are, and then in the negative one we have we are not. Okay? So does anybody know the short form for we are? We're. All right, good job. Does anybody know the short form for we are not? We are not. Good job. All right. And can everybody see the screen? Can everybody see what I'm talking about? All right. Okay. So does anybody know the short form for you are? Your. Good job. Does anybody know the short form for you are not? You're not. Okay. Or you aren't. So either one can work. Okay. What about they are? Does anybody know that one? For the people that can't see the screen, try leaving and then coming back and see if it works. There, good job. All right. What about they are not? They aren't, okay. Or they're not. All right, great. So you might be wondering, what's the difference between positive and negative forms, okay? So most of you might know this already, but the positive forms, let's say, for example, you're talking about yourself and you're saying that you are doing something, okay? So if someone says, are you eating? And you are eating, you would say, I am, okay? Or if someone says, is she eating? You would say, she is, if she is eating. But the negative one is saying that you are not doing something, you aren't doing it. So if you, yeah, the person that wrote I am a student, okay, that's a good example. All right, so here for the negative ones that you're saying they're not doing it or you are not doing it. So if let's for example say, is he eating? And he's not eating, you would say no, he is not. And that's an example of a negative form. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and read some of these, okay? And I'm going to ask you guys which word is considered one of these, the ones that we just talked about. So we have, I'm cold. Can you close the window, please? So I'm cold. Is that positive or negative? Positive, okay. All right, yeah, good job. I'm cold is positive. So here we have three groups, right? So we have this group, which we have I am. This is the second group, which we have he, she, it. This is the third group. We have we, you, they. So which group is it part of? One, you're right. So we have I am, I'm, and that's the first one. So let's just X this one out, okay? Now we have I'm 32 years old. My sister is 29. Okay? So I'm 32 years old. Is that positive or negative? All right, it's positive. And which group? One. Okay, so we have two of these now. So let's put an X here. All right. Steve is ill. He's in bed. Okay. So he's in bed. Is that positive or negative? It's positive. Okay. And what group is it? Two. All right. Good job. So now we have one for two. So let's X this one out. Now we have my brother is scared of dogs. Okay. So is the main thing here. So is it positive or negative? It's positive. Good job. And which group? Two. Okay. So for this one, it's not actually a combination. It's just is. It just is by itself. So that's all it is. So now we have it's 10 o'clock. You're late again. Okay. So now we have two here. Okay. So we have it's and your. Are they positive or negative? They're positive. All right. Great job. So what group is it's in? All right. You're right. So it's is in group two. So that's one line just for because we have two. And what group is you're in? All right, group three. Good job. So we have that one finished. Anne and I are good friends. Here we just have are by itself, no combination, just are. So is it positive or negative? Positive. All right. In which group is it in? 3. Okay, good job. Now we have your keys are on the table. Okay. So are is still the main thing because here, whenever we're talking about your, there's 3 different types of yours. There's YOU, and then we have the apostrophe RE, like this one over here. Okay. So this one means you are, right? Then we have this one, which is YOUR only. And that means it's something that belongs to you. Okay. So we have this one and we have this one. So these are the 2 types that we're going to talk about for right now. All right. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay. There we go. So your keys are on the table. It's in group 3. Good job. All right. So it's positive and it's in group 3. Okay. So good job. I'm tired, but I'm not hungry. Okay. So we have I'm tired. Is that positive or negative? All right. It's positive. All right. Good job. So which group? 1. All right. Good job. And then we have I'm not hungry. Is that positive or negative? So this one is negative. All right. Good job. So which group would it be here? I'll write the numbers. 1, 2. Which group would it be? 1. All right. Good job. Okay. Lisa isn't interested in politics. She's interested in art. Okay. So we have Lisa isn't interested in politics. Is that positive or negative? So this one is negative. All right. And what group is it in? 2. All right. Good job. What about this one? She's interested in art. She's. Is that positive or negative? It's positive. All right. And which group? So this one would be group 2. She is, she's. Now we have James isn't James isn't a teacher. He's a student. All right. So we have isn't again. Is that positive or negative? It's negative. Good job. What group? 2. All right, great. Now we have he's. Is that positive or negative? It's positive. Okay. And what group is it in? Group 2. All right. He is, he's. Okay, good job. We have 2 more, and then we'll move on to the next page. So now we have those people aren't English. They're Australian. So here we have aren't. Is that positive or negative? Negative. Good job. And which group? 3. All right. Great. And then we have they're Australian. There. Is that positive or negative? It's positive, right? And which group is it in? 3. Okay, good job. Now we have it's sunny today, but it isn't warm. So is that positive or negative? Yeah, it's positive. Great. And isn't positive or negative? It's negative. So it's is in group 2. So everybody that said group 2, good job. And isn't is in group 2 as well. Yeah, sorry, I had to read through it. It isn't is together. So isn't is also in group 2. Okay. All right, great job on this page. Let's move on to the next one. All right. So here we have 3 different ones. We have that's, theirs, and here's. Okay. So that's, what does that's equal here? Like that's separated. What is it? Because, you know, we take these 2 words and we combine them and make that. That is, good job. Okay, theirs. What 2 words make up theirs? There is. Good job. And here's. What two words make up here's? Here is. All right, great. So we're going to put 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So 1 is that's, 2 is theirs, and 3 is here's. So here's the first sentence. Thank you. That's very kind of you. So which number is it? All right, good job. It's the number 1 because number 1 is that's, and that's what it says. Okay, now here we have, look, there's Chris. All right, which number is that one? 2. Good job. So we're going to mark these 2. And now we have, here's your key. Thank you. Which one is that one? 3. Good job. All right. Okay, that was a bit of a quick one. Let's go ahead and go to the next page. So these are the exercises, okay? So let's try to do as many of these as possible without finishing the time, because we still have a few more to go. So here's the first example. We have she is goes into she's, right? So if we have they are, what does that go into? What does that turn into? There. All right, good job. Okay. If we have it is not, what does that turn into? It's not or it isn't. Good job. If we have that is, what does that turn into? That's. Good job. If we have I am not, what does that turn into? I'm not. Good job. If we have you are not, what does that turn into? You're not. Okay, great job. All right, so here in the next part, we're going to write am, is, or are where it's supposed to go. So the first thing is the weather is nice today. All right, so you write is here because that's what would make the sentence make sense. Okay. So now we have, look, there, blank Helen. So what goes here? Yes, good job. Is goes there. All right. So there is Helen. Okay. So we just is. All right. Now we have 2. I blank not rich. I am not rich. All right. Good job. So we're going to put an am here. All right. Number 3. This bag blank heavy. Good job. This bag is heavy. Okay. Number 4. These bags blank heavy. Yes, these bags are heavy. Okay. Now we did number 5. So let's go to number 6. My brother and I blank good tennis players. Are. Good job. Okay. Number 7. Emily blank at home. Is. Emily is at home. Good job. Okay, and then we'll go to the second part. Her children blank at school. So for this one, it would be her children are at school. Okay. All right, now we have number 8. I blank a taxi driver. All right, good job. It's am. All right. My sister blank a nurse. Is. Good job. Okay, so here's the thing. So whenever we're talking about multiple people, then we use are. Okay. Whenever we're talking about one person, we could use is. And whenever we're talking about ourselves, we use am. Okay. So that's why I am a taxi driver. Emily is home. We're talking about Emily. And her children, there's more than one because it says children instead of child. Her children are at school. All right. Yeah, like the example in the chat. I am a student. Good job. Okay. So now we're going to complete the sentences with the combinations. Okay. So the combined words. So we have the first one. Steve is ill. He's in bed. Okay. So that's the example. So what's number 2? I'm not hungry, but blank thirsty. Yes, good job. But I'm thirsty. Okay. Now we have Mr. Thomas is a very old man, blank 98. He's 98. Good job. These chairs aren't beautiful, but blank comfortable. Okay, so since we're talking about multiple chairs, okay, we would say they're. Okay, so these chairs aren't beautiful, but they're comfortable. Okay, now we have the weather is nice today, blank warm and sunny. It's all right, good job. Blank late. No, I'm not. I'm early. Good job. It's I'm. Good job. Catherine isn't at home. Blank at work. She's at work. Good job. Blank your coat. Oh, thank you very much. Here's. Okay, good job. Here's your coat. Thank you very much. All right. So these say write sentences about ourselves, but we can't really do that because we can't have everybody writing a sentence about themselves. So let's just move on. We did all the exercises. You all did great. Does this book have exercises? Yes, these are the exercises. And for every lesson, there's exercises that come with it. All right. So, oh wait, no, we still have more exercises. Okay. So let's keep going then. All right. So we have she's thirsty for number 1. Okay. Number 1, she's thirsty. All right. Because, she's thinking about water. So we'd assume she's thirsty. It's a hot, sunny day. So number 2, they blank. So what can we combine with they to make this make sense? They are. Okay, they are cold. All right. So if we want to combine they and are, what would it be? There, you're right. So they're cold. Okay. So number 3, he is what? He's sweating. So he is hot. All right, good job. So how can we combine he and is? He's hot. Good job. All right, so let's take that one out. Number 4 now. So this was number 3. Now we go to number 4. Number 4, what's going on number 4? He is scared. Okay, great job. He is scared. So how do we combine he and is? What will it be after? He's. All right, so he's scared. Okay. Number 5. All right. So there's 3 people. And what are they doing? They're hungry. Good job. So they are hungry. They're hungry. Okay, and then the last one. Okay, so for this one, it's she's angry. Okay, because it's the last one left up here. And in the picture, you can see that someone broke the window and she's really mad. So she's angry. All right. So write true sentences, positive or negative, and then use is or isn't, or are or aren't. All right. So here we have number 1. It blank hot today. So there's 2 different things we can do. Okay. We can do it isn't hot today and say it's cold, or it's hot today and say that it's hot. All right. So let's do the second one. If we have it blank windy today, what could we put in the middle? It isn't windy. You're right. It's windy today. You're right. Okay. So those are the 2 different things we can put in the middle. Now we have my hands blank cold. What could we put in the middle? My hands are cold. All right. So for this one, it wouldn't be isn't, it would be aren't. Because if we were talking about one hand and we could say my hand isn't cold. But since we're talking about both hands, we would say my hands aren't cold. So we have either my hands aren't cold or my hands are cold. So good job. All right, now we have Brazil blank, a very big country. Is, okay, good job. Is, yeah. All right, so yeah, Brazil is a very big country. You can't say it isn't. So Brazil is a very big country. So we have diamonds blank cheap. Diamonds are cheap, okay? Or it can be diamonds aren't cheap, okay? All right, now we have Toronto blank in the US. So Toronto isn't in the US. Toronto's in Canada. Yeah, Toronto, Canada. So Toronto is in Canada. Toronto isn't in the US. All right? Yeah. Okay. Write true sentences, positive or negative, and use I'm or I'm not. So up here we used is, isn't, are, aren't. This time we're going to use I'm not. Okay? So we have tired, just tired. So if we're doing tired, how could we put I'm and I'm not in there? Does anybody know? I'm tired. Good job. And we can just also say I'm not tired. Okay? So hungry. Hungry. I am hungry. So we can combine the I and am and turn it into I'm. I'm hungry. Okay? All right. It could also be I'm not hungry. You're right. A good swimmer. Okay? So we can put what can we do here for a good swimmer? I'm a good swimmer. Good job. And we could also have I'm not a good swimmer. Okay? So now we have interested in football. We could say I'm interested in football. Yeah, good job. Or I'm not interested in football. Okay. All right. So that is the end of lesson 1. I'm just going to give you guys a little break while I get lesson 2 pulled up, and we will be back very shortly. Okay, so just a minute or two.